Hello guys, welcome to another edition of His Code. Here we'll discuss about football and other related issues. In today's video, we have quite a lot of topics to cover with respect to the transfer window that is ongoing for various teams to see how well they are prepared. You know, the blockbuster Premier League is just around the corner, just 2 days to go. I believe every team is actually trying to see how they can be able to make a balanced team with respect to the season that is upcoming. I want you to drop your comment at the end of the video. Also like, share and subscribe. It is also important to click the bell notification so that you can be notified when we drop our video. Now, the first topic we're going to be talking about is Chelsea. They just completed the signing of Robert Sanchez from Brighton, the goalkeeper. Chelsea have a strategy of tying all their players that they are signing for a long-term contract. I think that the new regime is trying to build up a team that they can use for a long period of time. He signed a 7-year contract just like Kepa. And indeed, early this morning, we had a notification from Fabrizio Romano that Bayern Munich is actually going for Kepa. I don't know if Chelsea will likely want to entertain that offer, because they've tried to see how they can be able to sell Kepa at the beginning of the season, and this is just 2 days for the Premier League to kick off. And I believe every team wants to see that their team is actually well prepared, because as long as the summer transfer window is still going on, while some teams are happy, others are actually sad, because some teams will actually be trying to make more signings, and others, they don't want to lose their key players. But the smaller teams, they can actually say no when big teams start knocking on their door. Now, outside the goalkeeper that Chelsea just completed the signing on, now let's also talk about their new shirt sponsor. You know, in the jersey that Chelsea wear in the course of the pre-season friendlies that are played, you could see that there's no shirt sponsor, and that's actually one thing they'll be going out for, to see if they can be able to get suitable company that will actually do that. And from various ones that they had, especially with that of Stake, the betting company, it has a lot of backlash from the fans, and I think as a result of that, the new owners, they don't want to offend the fans, because one of the things they promised Chelsea fans is that they are going to take their weights, their suggestion into consideration, just to see that they enjoy a harmony relationship. And the new head of a marketing department in Chelsea has been able to help them broker a very beautiful package for them with regards to the shirt sponsor, and that is Infinite Athletic. Now, this actually, we don't know the extent of the contract, but it is a bumper package that Chelsea just signed with respect to that company. They are going to pay them 15 million pound per year. That's actually a very, very substantial amount when it comes to shirt sponsor. I think it is only 2 teams in the Premier League that receive such a package that is bigger than that of the 50 million that Chelsea just agreed with Infinite Athletic, and that's with Etihad for Man City and that of Liverpool. Now, this is Infinite Athletic is a tech company, and well, let's see how Chelsea is going to go with that, because getting that kind of contract when they don't have a Europe competition is actually a very, very good business on the part of Chelsea, and it's going to help them with respect to their finance, to see how they can be able to balance their books more further. Now, let's talk about a sad news for Chelsea, and that is Christopher Nkunku. Now, from Chelsea official website, indeed, they released a report yesterday that Christopher has actually done the surgery on the knee injury he had, and they said he's going to stay for an extended period. But various sources has been able to make us understand that the duration is going to be for 16 weeks, and that's 4 months, which is very, very much, because this is actually one player that Chelsea does not want to lose, especially with this first game that is going to be with Liverpool, because if you see in the course of the preseason friendlies that Christopher and Nicholas Jackson, they were both having an understanding that they were cooking. Now that he has injured for 4 months, and they said it is after 4 months that is when he can start full training. So if you're going to do plus and take, is going to likely extend to maybe 5 months before Chelsea fans can see him on the field of play, and is going to be a very big miss on the part of Chelsea. And sometimes it just make us to feel like Chelsea were under a spell before the season starts. Fafana had an injury that take him out of the season. Now Christopher Nkunku, it's going to take him till the middle part of the season. So maybe that may force Chelsea into the transfer market. I don't know if this can actually make them decide to go back for this guy from Atletico Madrid, João Felix, or they are going to look for other options. Because if you're thinking of putting the burden, or Chelsea fans, I want your comment. Do you think that the likes of Chukwuemeka, they've been able to gear up to that standard whereby the pressure for them to take this number 10 position can be, is invited, or is okay for them at a point in time like this? Chelsea, I want your comment. Now, let's just talk about Newcastle. Newcastle have completed the signing of a wonderful right back in the person of Tino Livramento. This is actually from Chelsea Academic that is sold to Southampton, and Chelsea have a buyout clause from that on that deal. So Chelsea are going to make some money from that deal that indeed Liverpool and Newcastle actually had. Now let's talk about that of Arsenal. Now Arsenal did just completed the signing of David Raya for £30 million. Now Ramsdale is doing well, but I believe that Arsenal have decided to up their standard. Now they are not just looking at just qualifying for the Champions League position in the course of this season. Arsenal are actually ready to put in a title challenge, because they believe that if they were able to miss out towards the last end of last season, then with some beautiful add-ons to actually help fine-tune the team, then it can push them further. Let's see, because Arsenal, they are very, because of this EPL that is about to begin, they are one of the title favorites. In fact, if you see most people's prediction, they will tell you that they are ticking Arsenal to win the Premier League this season. Well, we'll see as the season unfolds. Arsenal fans, I want you to tell me, between Raya and Ramsdale, who do you think should be the number one goalkeeper for your team? That's a heady competition between two fantastic goalkeepers, because both of them are doing fantastically well. Now let's talk about Man City, the gladiator. They just did a fantastic signing of Vardy. Now, Man City, their defense is there. What I think that they need, I think maybe they need a right back or a left back. Now, they just signed another CB. They have Ruben Diaz. They have Stone that is doing very well. They have Akel that is a versatile player. I believe this Vardy is actually an upgrade on some of the players that they have. And Man City, they are not ready to slack. They are not ready to fall back on previous season's success. Guardiola is ready to go again to see if he can be able to get the treble, because that man is just obsessed of winning title. That is just the kind of person he is. He does not allow the standard to drop, not because we won treble last season. This season we're actually going to take it easy. No, they are actually ready to put in a good fight to see if it is possible for them to do it, because ever since he came down to English Premier League, you've seen he has just been sweeping the EPL season in, season out, season in, season out. Only Liverpool was able to obstruct it once. And before now, the EPL has been a title that is revolved around 3-4 teams, but now this guy just making it just one team game. I think this season every team should actually treat Man City as a final, just to make sure that they stop that pattern that is actually going on. Now let's talk about the game that is about to go take off on Sunday between Chelsea and Liverpool, the first match of the EPL. Now, the news is out that Anthony Taylor is going to be the one to officiate that match, and that has got a lot of outrage among all the Chelsea fans, because this Anthony Taylor, they just believe that this guy has something with respect to Chelsea. Because when you looked at the previous things that have occurred in matches that this guy officiates, even between Chelsea and Liverpool, that should be 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken, whereby the ball hit Reece James on his thigh and hit him on his hand and he blew penalty. You could even see that the one that it happened to Aspilicueta, that he was locked in an elbow. Indeed, he has not been really very fair to Chelsea, and Chelsea has already seen it that with respect to Nicolas Nkunku that is injured, now you're bringing Anthony Taylor into the fray to be the one to officiate this match. You are just saying, in fact, there's no point them playing this match. You should just give it that he's a lose and a win for Liverpool. Let it just look towards the next match game 2, because last season there was actually a campaign that they were saying that they don't want Anthony Taylor to be officiating their match, but Premier League did not give a listening hit to that. Now, let's talk about Man U. Finally, there seems to be some sign that looks like a breakthrough for Harry Maguire to West Ham. In fact, when I saw initially that Manchester United rejected a bid for Harry Maguire, I was like, if Manchester United reject this bill and West Ham back out, it means that they are ready to suffer with Maguire, because this is an escape route for Maguire, putting 13 million for his head. And I think Manchester United decided to think twice, and they're about to sell him, although he trained with the rest of the lads this morning when I saw their training highlights that took place. Now, let's also talk about Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane and Bayern Munich, there seems to be back and forth. Now, Harry Kane does not want to annoy the Tottenham Hotspur fans. He has been a professional all through, but I don't think this guy holds Tottenham anything. Now, Bayern Munich are ready to increase the bid for Harry Kane to make it 94 million. I think that should be the thing that will actually tick the deal. But if Danny Levy decided to reject that deal, and I saw that Harry Kane is saying that he wants this to be sorted out before the season begins, and if the season begins, then there's likely tendency he's actually going to stay for the season. I don't think that's actually a smart one from Harry Kane, and I think his agent should advise him that deals like this, sometimes it lingers to probably the last day of the season, so he should keep his books open pending when such will actually happen. Now, let's talk about Chelsea just released their shirt numbers for their team in the course of this new season, and there are some notable absents in that list, in the persons of Ziyech, Lukaku, and Hudson-Odoi. They didn't give them squad number. So it means that Chelsea and Pochettino, they've already made a conclusion that these guys we don't want in the team. So it is best for this guy to look for a suitable offer to actually help them. That of Lukaku, in fact, this guy lives in a dream world that he can't be able to come up to face the reality to understand the present thing that is ongoing. Indeed, this is a rundown of some of the season. This is a long video, but I guess it's worth the waiting. Or don't you think it's worth the waiting, so that we can be able to shrink every of this information and put in one video? So I want you to actually drop your comment with respect to your team, to see if actually they are fully ready and the signings they made. Arsenal, give me your comment with respect to Raya and Ramsdale. Indeed, Man U, give me your comments. It seems as if West Ham are backing out for McTominay because they are going for James Ward-Prowse. Indeed, there seems to be an agreement there. So, Man U, do you think that this guy is also part of your plans for this season? Because it would have been a better escape route for you to sell him and Maguire to West Ham, just to be able to reduce the squad number, so that new addition that is coming in can be able to fit him very well. So this is actually a summary of every news. Come on, let's go.